Hey, what's up? Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It is Thursday. Hey, welcome back. We were out last week. School starting, summer camp ended, so they had a sister and traveling for my parents. So I've been pulled a few different directions, but it's okay. It's okay because this is where I love to be. Um, and I'm glad that I'm here with you guys. Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, take a seat on the couch. Come hang with me for about an hour. We're trying to just hold an hour tonight. I know our lives have been going a little bit longer, but tonight, folks got stuff to do a little bit later. So we are going to hold this tonight, try our best closest to our hour's time tonight. Welcome in, everybody. Hello. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. We are at the end of the week. One more day left for some. This is it for others. So enjoy your weekend. I am Donna. I'm the creator of the Real Life Relationship Growth Platform podcast. Check, y'all know I don't care what you call it as long as you are here, and I appreciate you being here. This is the criteria. We're going to move a little quick so we can get started with our discussion. This is the criteria for you to be a part of this family. You have to be single, dating, courting, married, divorced, or widow. Did I get single, dating, courting? Single, dating, courting, married, divorced, or widower. That is the criteria for you to be a part of this family. Guarantee if you at least 21, this is the place for you. This is the place for you. We are about building healthy, strong relationships here. We're not about bashing anyone, male, female bashing. We don't do that. We have jokes from time to time, but in a serious part of it, on a serious note, we are here to build. We are here to build. And sometimes that goes through laughter. All right. All right. So let me say this before I bring the crew on. I am not a relationship expert. I'm just a black woman in this world, living this life, doing the thing, and enjoying myself in the process. I have had some ups in life. I have had some downs, but I made a decision, y'all. I made a decision. Those downs, I don't allow them to drag me. I don't. I try to learn from them, not repeat the same mistakes twice, three times, four. So, Lord help me. Try not to repeat those things, but I like to take things and learn from them and use them or not use them on the next level of my life or my come up, right? So that is what I'm about. That is what I'm about. And that's how I see the world in this little glass that I live in called Donna's World. All right. So let me bring the crew on because you guys know I could not do it without these people in no particular order except the ladies first. Let's do this. Miss Corey B. Hey, hey, girl. Corey, I can't hear you.
Hey,
Hey,
how
I
you
hear
doing?
you. So I see a little bit of a switch up on the screen. Uh, on the nameplate. On the nameplate.
Um,
We ain't gonna get too in depth on it. We ain't gonna get too. We gonna keep rolling because by now you should know what that means.
uh-huh.
You should know. Period. 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 Next, we're gonna bring in my girl, ladies first, Miss Stacy. Hey, Stace.
Hi.
Sweet Stacy's Bakery and pastries and all the
Your
good.
hair looks good.
Don't it look good? She bye. Goddamn.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Okay, okay with the okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That is my
Thanks.
favorite go-to style. That is my favorite
Really?
go-to style.
Well, I'm
Yes.
just letting my hair grow out. My hair was like pixie cut.
Yeah, yeah. I had done mine like that one time too, and I kept going in the bob. I love how it forms with the face, and yeah,
Can't
that's
go
my
wrong with the roller wrap.
favorite. All right, all right. And of course, I said ladies first just because the gentleman in the production team would have it no other way. Then we bring the ladies on first. So we're going to go ahead and we're missing one tonight. Not sure if he's coming in. If he is, we'll see him shortly. But right now we have Mr. Tony Fontana.
Hey, hey
Hey,
Donna,
Tony.
hey Corey, hey Stacy.
Hello.
Everyone's looking great.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, Tony was vacationing. Tony was out there with the sun and the beauties. Tony, did you have a good time on the trip? You and the wife?
Oh, we had a great time.
All right, all right, all right. So we're gonna get started with this thing tonight, y'all. We're gonna get started. Our topic tonight, um, the weight of the world on relationships. The weight of the world on relationships. Miss Corey B brought this topic to us tonight, and I appreciate that she did. I love when everybody comes in and say, "Hey, let's talk about this. Let's, try to chat it up about that." So, Corey, appreciate for the topic tonight. Um, Had me doing my homework, and I know you got some stuff. I know you have some stuff to discuss and talk about. So we're gonna get started with this thing. We're gonna get started. I want to start out um, in the process of doing my homework. I found a few um, visuals. Found a few visuals. So I want to start out by putting this one up. Make sure I got the right one. Let's start by putting this one up. Miss Corey B, can you read that for me, please?
Sure. The wrong person will make you feel like you have to carry the weight of everything alone. The right person will remind you of your strength, but will always stand beside you.
I like that. I like that. The right and the wrong. The right and the wrong. The wrong person have you carrying all the way. So, what is that statement? Tell me what y'all think. Give me y'all thoughts on that statement. Y'all want me to leave it up as we expound on it or take it down?
You can leave it up.
Okay.
So,
All
yes.
right. All right, Stacy. Let's have you go first then. Sis. Give me your thoughts. What you think?
It's just what it says. Like, the wrong person will make you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world, um, like you can't come to them for anything, or if you do, you have to walk on eggshells when you can't really be yourself. You can't express yourself around that person. But the right person, you can be yourself, comfortable in your skin,
Hmm.
and if it's a mistake, it's a mistake. If it's something goes wrong, it just goes wrong. But you don't feel bad about it because that person's gonna always make you feel comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, Tony, what you think about the statement?
Well, for those that don't know, I'm on my third and final marriage. So I have been married twice. And even though initially I thought they were the right person,
Hmm.
what I found was when you're with the wrong person, everything's a problem. Everything's a challenge. Everything's, negative. And the energy is what really just kills you. There's no team, there's no us,
Mm.
there's no we. It's just you did this, you did that. Why did you say that? Can't you, you know, look better, dress better, eat better, sleep better,
Mm.
talk better, whatever. It's
Yeah.
just always, and like Stacy said, you're just on eggshells because you never know when they're gonna say something.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there thinking you're doing the right stuff, but they're not feeling it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Miss Corey, what you think? What's your thoughts?
The first thing that popped in my mind was you ever heard people say, I can do bad by myself?
Mm. Mm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that implies that you're going through and there's a person there, but there's no support. And it made me think of this scripture. It's like Ecclesiastes 4:10. It says, it's like two are better than one. You guys heard that one? The two are better than one because they'll have good reward for their toil. And if one falls, the other one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him who's alone. Because when he falls, there's nobody to lift him up.
Mm.
So those are the two things I thought about with that one.
Okay. Okay. I didn't think of it like that. That was a good perspective. That was a good perspective. Yeah, the wrong person can make you feel like the weight of the world. I look at it. I think about. I went to dinner last night. Went on a dinner date last night, and the gentleman and I were sitting across from this family. This family walked in, and there were, I want to say seven, one, two, three, four, five, 6 or 7 girls. The youngest one had to be under 2. The oldest one looked like she may have been about 8 or 9. Yeah. And we kept looking because, and they all looked alike. They all looked just alike. The first 2 I spotted sitting across, we were like, they gotta be twins. They must be twins. And then I said, well, I don't know, because look at the oldest one on the end. She has the same face. So all of them looked alike. And they, as children will, they weren't being rambunctious and real loud or whatever, whatever. But there was daddy and there was mommy. And they were sitting, when I say this man's face, the whole dinner. We at one point, my date was like, I feel sorry for him. Because he looks sad. He
Mm.
looks sad. And I'm thinking, you know, this could be their normal. Like and neither one of them were really being very expressive at all. The children they had the table going. The one that was about a year, she dropped her cup. I promise y'all, neither one of them moved. And in my mind, I said, she waiting for him to handle it.
Mm.
He waiting for her to handle it. It was almost like, I'm not doing that. Which one gonna do it? And in my mind, I had this whole scenario.
Them 5 kids.
The girl tired. And then I had another scenario. Brother man tired.
Mm.
If she's home, if that's the case, then she tired. By the time he get there, he tired. And it's like both of them was sitting there like, it ain't even my turn. I'm not even looking. And I felt bad. I really felt bad. But the children seemed free, and they was arguing with each other over the little device on the table to be able to play with. And they were talking to each other. And at one point they were spitting on each other. They still. And I
Didn't
said,
say nothing.
I
Didn't
looked at
say
him, I
anything.
said, I know that child didn't just spit, did they? And he was like, you ain't hear her say stop spitting on me? And I was like, these people are not moving.
Mm.
I promise y'all. See how Stacy's sitting? Don't move, Stacy. That is how Dad was.
Mm.
It's like he found a spot on the wall. He was like this.
Ooh.
And she was like this.
Wow.
And I was wondering which one of the kids was going to pay for the check. Because they were the most active. But the thought came to me, oh, I love how things come together. Because I had no clue that this was going to be our topic tonight. I love that. The thought came to me, one of them is really burnt out,
Mm-hmm.
really unhappy, or both of them, and they just going through life. They just going through the motions. And they have all these beautiful girls. They were so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And my date was like, I bet you the one of them fell asleep. He said, because she the one raised the most hell, I guarantee it. She sleep, she tired. But they seemed to be so miserable. And the weight is just so appropriate with this topic tonight. It looked like this man and this woman, this husband, this wife, had the weight of the world on them.
Mm.
And obviously, it took a toll, it's taken a toll on their relationship. When they got ready to leave, now one part I thought was really cute, I thought was really great. Dad got some soup or something. And of course, everybody had to have some.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell y'all how he spooned this soup out to all these girls that got out their seat and came to him.
Like little birds.
I don't even know if he looked at them. Soup for you, soup for that. And that was it really saddened me for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, somebody is waiting for the other person. The weight of the world, how it affects your relationship. I was just imagining how it was when they first met. And I'm sure they made the decision to have all these children. Because at some point, you like, oops, oh, we messed up, oops, oh, but 6, 7 times, no, y'all doing that on
Mm-hmm.
purpose. And God bless you if that's what you want. But
So they better stay Catholic.
the way the weight of the world on their faces and on this man's face and how it affects your relationships. And of course, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna move on. I literally thought about their intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Like just because y'all got all them babies, don't mean. I thought about that. Like, are you so stressed out that you can't even? I don't know. All right, all right.
Radio said he'll cry in the car.
My day was like, man, I should go over and tell him, man, just when you get to the house, stay in the car. So, and I said, stay in the car. That means she got to deal with all of that. So why do he get to stay in the car? And she dealing with that. He was like, okay, yeah, yeah. Go in the house then, bro. All y'all deal with that. But the weight of the world, it
Mm-hmm.
was just a literal physical example of what that looked like. And I didn't even have to know them to know it, the weight was killing it. It was killing it. It was killing it. So, I definitely, again, in the process of looking things up, um, you'll cry, radio established. Oh, girl, you were literally saying somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Dad was looking for that son. Them girls was killing him. It's not the same thing. Radio needs a son. Yes. I said that brother kept trying for that boy,
Mm-hmm.
and it did not happen. So he probably like, damn it, man. Hey, radio established. Welcome in. Welcome in. Um, so I kind of went in succession to the different sexes, the male and the female, and I did not exclude the children in this. I also have a visual that kind of brings up something about the children because children are a part of a relationship, right? And children have relationships with their parents and with their siblings. So I do have a little something in here, just snippet for them. But I want to bring up this first. Well, you know what? Let me not do that just yet. Let me not do that. Corey, we were talking before we, went live. We have little discussions here and there. So can you kind of start out with your thoughts about what that weight to you could be, what that could look like, the description?
For me, the weight of the world is what's going on around us, current events, and how it affects the relationship I'm in and where we are going. You know, you have plans, but they're not in a vacuum. You have to look outside and see, okay, how is this going to affect this? So, one of the things, for example, is as a teacher, the Department of Education has been dismantled, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, me going into a marriage with someone, well, we're going to be living in Delaware. The house is in Delaware, but I can't leave my job in Maryland and come to Delaware, my home state, where I probably know a lot more people in leadership and could definitely get the help I need to get a job or whatever. The issue there is the the folk in leadership in our government are trying to get rid of funding for blue states or democratic states, democratic voting states, which includes Maryland, Delaware. Okay. And so if that happens, a school district in Maryland already said, well, we're looking at laying off some teachers. In Maryland, I have tenure. I've been there for 10 years. In Delaware, it's my home,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't been in the school system in Delaware that long. So if I move here, I'm the last one hired, but I'm also the first one to be let go. At least in Maryland, I've got a little seniority. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say I have seniority is because I'm not teaching a core subject like math, science, social studies. I'm teaching an elective, which is home ec. I teach money.
Mm-hmm.
I teach those things, but some people don't see it's useful. A lot of school districts don't even have it. So when I think about the weight of the world, I'm thinking, okay, I'm starting a new life with you. Not only do we have to consider that, but I got to commute every day. That means I got to catch a train or I got to drive an hour and 15 minutes or catch a train and get up early and go here and wait for a train and then get there, figure out transport to the job, back to the train, back here. There's a cost associated with that. If I drive, there's a cost associated with the upkeep of my vehicle. Just planning a wedding, everything is expensive because of tariffs. So what we could have been paying, 2025, we paying prices that are just crazy. You know what I mean? And we're still trying to build a life. So all these things come into play.
Mm-hmm. So Corey, let me ask you, if you don't mind answering, how do y'all navigate that? Because that's a lot, and that's tough. Yeah, aging parents.
Aging
Yeah,
parents.
you
Talked
mentioned
about
that
that
as
earlier.
well. You mentioned that earlier. Yeah, aging parents, retirement. So how do you and Mr. Greg navigate like your planning process to deal with the how the world is affecting what you all are doing?
Potential raising grandchildren. Yep.
Yep.
Because Greg has two girls. So, and honestly, a lot of prayer. There are some things, it's like there's so much. It's like we need to start a plan, but there's no way we can finish a plan because as soon as we plan for this, something changes with our leadership.
Yeah.
So it's like we got to plan for the absolute worst
Mm.
as best as we can.
Mm-hmm.
Pray it doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Start working on, saving certain amounts for different things. We talked about, certain banks we want to deal with that have higher interest rates that'll give us more money based on how much we're saving. And that's just the monetary stuff. You can't plan for your parent falling down the steps.
Right.
Yep.
I'm in Maryland. My mom is in Dover, Delaware. So it's like something happens. If I caught the train that day to work, I gotta wait for a train to get home.
To get
You know what I
home,
mean?
get back to her.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
We also have worked on using our resources. So, for example, we're trying to move to Maryland because he'll be able to work from home.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to rent out his home.
Okay.
But we're getting married. We're planning a wedding. We're planning on moving like in February, January, saving up money quickly and things like that. It's like, okay, who are our resources? We know somebody that does HVAC. We know somebody that does general contracting. So because I like doing stuff, we want to demo the bathroom.
Yeah. Miss Barbara the Builder. She is Barbara the Builder right there.
And I also have in my mind, I'm not paying full price for anything. So it's using your resources, learning a skill, doing whatever we can so that we can spend as little as we can to get where we're trying to go.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And the question was in all of that, what are you all doing to help that? To help that. And I love, love, love your answers. Because we hear the dollar bills and the cha-ching and this and cha-ching.
Yes.
And I love the fact that you said prayer. Y'all are praying because to have that solid faith between the two, your faith, his faith, yours don't have to be mine don't have to be yours, but it's ours together. I love that. And then when you said y'all resources, we don't really necessarily have to outsource everything. Like, what can you do?
Yep.
What can I do?
Yep.
To not have to. I love that. I love that. You started out great. Hey, Mr. Greg. Yeah. I love that. But prayer being the center. That prayer, that was the first thing you said. And again, we all here at Real Life Relationship Growth, we all come from different walks of life. We have different belief factors or whatever. But I definitely know those in these four boxes here, that trust and faith in God, I know is crucial and necessary. Shouldn't have kicked out all the Latinos. He just a hate. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. But I appreciate that, Corey. I love that. So let's I'm gonna put up this caption, and of course the ladies on the panel, we coming to you, Tony. We coming to the brothers, but I want to start out with this. Miss Stacy, what you see on that picture?
Majority what a lot of mothers do. Um,
Oh,
we put our we tend to make sure everybody else is straight, and we get the leftovers.
Mm. Mm. Corey, what you see in that picture?
a person who never ends up focusing on themselves.
Yeah.
They never, I mean, yeah. You go through life, you have children, you have family, and later is too late.
Later is too late. Yep. Later is too late. I agree with both you ladies. I definitely totally agree with both you ladies. I want to put this up. Stace, can you see that?
I can.
Okay. So when a woman deals with the weight of the world, what does that look like, Stacey? There's some things I looked up and I thought were great for us to kind of reference.
You want me to read it?
Please.
When a woman carries the weight of the world, it often looks invisible, quiet, and exhausting. It is seen in constant fatigue, managing the mental load of a home and job, and smiling through stress while operating on autopilot. Signs of invisible strain: quiet exhaustion, waking up tired even after resting, moving
Mm.
through the day with a fixed, careful routine. The mental load: remembering schedules, anticipating needs, and organizing family or work tasks without anyone asking. Carrying emotions, swallowing personal discomfort, fixing other people's problems, and hiding personal pain behind grace and grit.
This
Hmm.
sounds like womanhood.
Doesn't it?
Unfortunate, but it sounds like womanhood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about people in my life and women that I know, and this is it. This is all it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I can I jump in for a second?
Sure. Most definitely, Tony.
So when I was growing up, my two grandmothers, on my mother's side, my father's side, I saw that exactly that. And as a little boy, I said to myself, I would never, that would never be my wife's situation.
Mm.
So instead of looking at it and saying, "Oh, that's what womanhood is. That's a woman's place,"
Mm.
I looked at it differently because I said, "I don't want." My grandmothers were wonderful,
Yeah.
but one, my grandfather had passed away before I was born, so I never saw my mother's mother with her husband. And in my father's case, my father's mother, my grandfather was always gone.
Mm.
He would pop in every once in a while. I never understood that, but I saw them doing all of this stuff, and I just said to myself, "No, that's not going to happen. That I'm not going to allow that because to this day, I cannot stand for a woman to serve me because that's they didn't eat. Everybody ate. They did all the cooking. Everybody ate. They never sat at the table with the family. They were always working. I never saw them go to bed. I never saw them get up in the morning. They were always
Oh,
doing
yeah. Yeah.
everybody else, and then just like that picture, they ended up dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And granted, one could say, well, that still is a great life, but I just said to myself, man, that no. The
And
women in
Stacey,
my life, the women in my life are not going to do that.
yeah, Stacey, hold on 1 second for me. I apologize. Tony, I'm glad you said that because I was actually going to ask you. I love how we flow together. Because I was going to ask you, Tony, after seeing those statements that Stacey read as a man, because we're here to grow. We're here to we're here to do a little better than we did yesterday and how grandmama and them did it and the best we can. So I was going to ask the question as a man reading this and hearing this, what are your thoughts and how that could be alleviated? And you answered it. And you answered it. You um you did. Go ahead, Stacey.
Um, it's like I really never had an issue with that because um I guess from my perspective, like if I'm like dating or dating or whatever, he already when he walks in, he already sees the type of person that I am.
Mhm.
And uh, they want to bring relief. And if someone's not wanting to bring relief or want to assist or try to make, because to me, a man is supposed to make your life easier.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
if he does not want to, you're not his person.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hmm.
That takes us full circle to what you talked about in the very beginning.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Stacey. If a man comes into a woman's life, if he's not alleviating some of this stuff
Mm-mm.
and some type of balancing, what are you doing there, sir? Like, what's your purpose? What's your purpose?
Yeah, because I'm independent because I'm single. But
Yeah.
once that singleness is taken up from me,
Hmm.
It's we and us.
yeah, my
Yeah.
load is supposed to be easier.
Yeah. Because I definitely made the
And vice
statement.
versa. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
his load will be easier,
That's
Mhm.
right.
teamwork.
That's right.
Help meet.
Yeah.
So,
And
Help
that's
meet.
so I want to say this. I think that most men want a woman, a strong woman,
mm-hmm.
but some men only want a strong woman in around the house.
Mm.
They don't want a strong woman coming to them questioning their leadership. And the problem is, if you have a strong woman, you have to accept the woman, all of her strength. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
pick and choose and say, well, I only want you to be strong in this area, raising the kids, working a job, taking care of the house, and taking care of me. But when I want to sit back on my butt and just chill, I, you know,
Mm-hmm.
strength. Then the strength comes and says, "Hey, can you help me out?" Or, "Hey, can I talk to you about my what happened to me at work?" And you're like, I don't want that strength.
Mm.
And so I feel like there's a group of men that really they want, it's like they want their cake and eat it too, but they don't really want the complete woman. And depending on how they were raised, maybe they liked seeing their mother and their grandmother doing all of those things, so that's what they want in a woman. And
Mm-hmm.
so then find a woman that is that way.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I also want to make a point too. I agree with you, Tony. I also want to make a point. There are some women who enjoy doing those things. So we're not in any way
Mhm.
saying don't serve your man.
Acts of
Don't.
Right,
service people.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
You have to know your person. You
Mm-hmm.
have to, as Tony always says, you have to know your person. And their upbringing. Me personally, I love doing stuff like that. I love knowing when he comes in or when we're somewhere together and say for instance we're at a party. I want to fix his plate. I want to say, hey babe, what do you want on your plate, and fix his plate. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel good because
Mm-hmm.
that's the reciprocity thought. Because in order for him to get those kind of actions, that's the things that I love and want to do for my man. And if we get to that point, then that means I'm responding to something that he's doing, because reciprocity is important. It is. It's
Mhm.
important. But um from what Tony is saying, I believe from his perspective and what he saw with his grandmothers, they did it because they had to.
Mm.
There are women that do it because they want to. Because they want to. So it's nothing wrong with either spectrum of it. There's nothing wrong with either spectrum. Stacey, were you gonna say something? No? Okay.
Can I say something though? I don't want to say that that is womanhood, but that's what it. When you think of womanhood, those are the things you think of.
You
You
think
know what I
of,
mean?
yeah, I agree. I understand what you're saying.
And those
Yeah.
are strength, and I see that as strength. And even that first one where you were asking the ladies what do they see,
Mm-hmm.
what I saw was sacrifice.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
But sacrifice is a two-way street. It doesn't have to be one-sided.
Right, right. I would think this picture would
Then,
speak more. I would think this picture maybe speak more to maybe your example of what you saw, Tony. Um, growing up. That may speak more to that. Um, and again, not that I mean the first one, she's obviously younger, single, probably. Let's say she's single because she's standing there alone, and then she's pregnant. So let's say she's married now. She has the child in this illustration. She's doing all of it. She's doing all of it. She started off just her, ended up with the baby. She didn't get the baby by herself, but
Right.
yeah. So in this illustration, she's doing all of it.
Mm.
So again, I think the thing is, it's important that when you're looking at a relationship that you choose what's best for you and the other person.
Right.
And the only way you're going to know what's best is you have to be around that person and learn that person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not try to make the person into what you want them to be if they're not naturally that way. Now, granted, we learn and we change, and that's all good, and we grow. But to expect someone to be something that they're not, I don't think that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me bring up Kevin's
Um,
statement. Hey,
it
Kev.
also okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah. We'll come back. Can you read that, Corey, please?
Mhm. Men and women have to be open to change and learning. Growth is a continuous thing, even in relationships. We are growing together. I'm sorry, are we growing together or are we posing?
Mm. Mm. That's right. That's
Definitely.
right. You have to be willing to grow together. And sometimes one person is actually growing, the other person may be a little stagnant.
Mm.
So sometimes the weight just is unbalanced because we realize it's not always 50-50. There's no way.
Mhm.
There's no way your strengths, Barbara the Builder, handle some stuff that Greg's strengths deal more with. Hey, I got the finances and the numbers. Hey, I got the hammer and the saw. However that balances out.
Mhm.
Stacey, go ahead.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, that picture, like I said, it's womanhood, and majority to me is like motherhood, because when the kids kids come around, it's all about them. But sometimes, like me now, uh, it's a lot of stuff that I won't sacrifice now because
Mm-hmm.
my son is 22, and if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. Um, I'm not gonna you had to, like, when they were young, when the kids were younger, you had to really, focus on your finances, because what if the kids needs this, the kids do need
Mhm.
this. Now that my son is an adult, a young adult, go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't you need a battery, that's not my problem. You need to save your money.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was like, but you're about to get ready to Going on vacation? Yeah, because I went to work.
That's right.
So you focus, you start, you have to have that mentality and learn how to let it go and focus on you, because you can lose you and not even be in a relationship with nobody, dealing with just your kids.
Yeah. Let me tell y'all, and everybody pretty much knows that I have nephew. That's my third baby, whether I birthed him or not. But and it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice that was made because Rajan is 33, 34, Charisma is 28, and now I have, not that he's new to my house. He's been with me for years, but he's now 17. They called yesterday about his band dues. The lady said, "Yes, Miss Wall, I'm just calling because CJ's, band dues they were 500 total." Yeah,
Mm, mm,
ridiculous. Nephew has a job though.
mm.
Nephew paid 250 of his band dues. So she called yesterday and she was like, CJ's account, 250 left on his band dues. How are you gonna handle that? And I know the tone of business. That's like I'm telling you, you need to pay this. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. I said, that's not my bill. She said, oh. I said, I'll let CJ know when he gets home that you called and you inquiring about his bill. I said, because CJ has
I
a
did.
job.
Now I did take care of stuff when he was in school.
Listen, I take care of stuff here at school, and we have other family members that are helping out. So appreciative of the village. I wasn't paying it. I'm not paying it because we're talking about that sacrifice of everything. Because with him, I do this by myself. You know what I mean? I do this by myself. So I told him at a certain age, hey, you got a job. What you doing with that money? Because everything else is taken care of. Like, now we know, don't tell CJ, don't tell nephew, but we gonna take care of the bill. But but we have but to the point of what you're saying, I understand that so well because I was done. But then there's a sacrifice that comes, and it's not always your biological and the ones you gave birth to. It's not always. So as a woman, you know what I mean? Like it falls into that place. So now what? So now I have to make changes in how I date, where I'm going, how long I'm staying. I mean, he's 17, but and he's still home. So, make those sacrifices and those changes. But you can't forget about yourself. Y'all, we gonna move on. We gotta move on to the brothers because it's not all about the women's weights. And we know our time is ticking tonight. So let me put up this next illustration. Let me take this down. I'm sorry to get
Oh,
this.
we got some comments.
We have some
Mm-mm.
comments. Okay,
Ooh, yeah.
let's go back here for a minute. I don't want to miss anybody. We did have a comment from Kevin. Did we do that one?
He said
Yeah.
correct. 50-50 is out. It's 100 or nothing.
Okay. All right. Hey, Crystal. All right.
Where, why, and how do we assume the emotional weight of feeling guilty, and obligated, and that we're being selfish if we want or have to say no? Let me read it again because I jumbled that.
Gotcha.
Where, why, and how do we assume the emotional weight of feeling guilty, obligated, and that we're being selfish if we want or have to say no?
The expectation. The expectation, I would say the expectation of what society says women do and what men do. So then when somebody's looking at you and asking, and this is where the question is coming from, what's wrong with saying no? Y'all, I say no at the drop of a dime. And I get this question because I used to kind of be like, with the daycare, right? You have a parent that can't pay their tuition. And it's like, dang. And I'm saying to myself, like, the heck am I danging for? You gotta pay. You have to pay for a service. But, to say no, no, I can't. No, the child can't come. I kind of get that. I kind of get that. But, yeah,
Mm,
I definitely I can say no pretty easy now. And
me
it's
too.
thinking the process through.
Because the audacity that you think you're obligated.
And the bronze goddess said, we learned that from childhood. Yes.
Hey, sis. She
Learned that
said
from
the bronze goddess.
Mhm.
That's my sister. Yes. Yes. We do.
Mhm.
We do. Like you
And
can't,
that's a boundary.
Mhm.
especially with
Oh.
adults. How dare you say no?
Yep. And people will get nasty with you because you said no.
Mhm.
Crystal says, thank God for growth and age because, baby, the gifts of no because I said so and I don't want to are given out like rapid fire.
I was given. It's
Yeah,
given.
and it's no with no explanation. No is the full sentence.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. And
Period.
folk will ask me, well, why? Because it's Thursday.
Because there's a leaf on that tree.
Yes. Because I have to water the cement. If I tell you, somebody said this and it was so real. They said, if I say no, any excuse will do.
Hey, I like that. I like that. Okay, let's get to the men, y'all. Let's get to the men. The weight of a man for men. Men are not put on this earth to simply pay bills, stress, and die. Men need love and respect too. This statement is the equivalent of that picture. I felt like this statement was the equivalent of that picture of the woman that we saw the transformation period for her. What you think, Tony? Is that about accurate?
Yes, because I'm hearing a lot of that from men that we've been programmed just like the ladies have been programmed. We've been programmed that we are providers, but that's been so driven into us that sometimes we have stress because when we can't provide, especially now where things back in the day, the family lived on one salary, one paycheck, and now it's almost impossible to do. I think it can be done, and some families do it, but it takes a lot of sacrifice. So I've never really felt like I've never felt this way. Like, hey, I'm just there. I'm just a money tree. That's what I'm supposed to do. But then the other side of the coin is there's men that come home and say, well, wait a minute. Why do I need to do anything? I was at work all day. I'm paying the bill. Now I will say this. I'm not into this thing where men start asking women when they're dating, what do you bring to the table? I've never asked no woman what they brought to the table. If I'm not smart enough to see what they bring to the table, then
sir,
I don't need to be messing with that woman. So to me, and I'm going to get some pushback, that's a counterfeit. That's a counterfeit thought. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't expect my wife to contribute and participate because we're a team.
Right.
But I don't go into meeting a woman and I'm going to sit there at the table and say, hey, what you bring to the table. Because hopefully I'm going to find out, because I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to be, curious. I'm going to be focused on her instead of myself, bragging about what I am, what I bring to the table,
Yeah, because she can see too.
Because she can see too, right?
She can see too.
But I think that comes from this whole
everything is checking out.
I'll say this: being a short man, that comes from this thing of you hear all these women saying, "Oh yeah, they got to be this tall, they got to make this money, they got to have this car." I don't think that's the majority of women. Now that might be the majority of women that those guys are meeting, but that's not the majority of women. That's not the women that I've ever lived with, been around, went to school with, dated. That's not my. But I also come from an old school thought of I'm not going on a date and expecting the woman to pay for the date.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's just
Mm-hmm.
me.
That's
Now,
just
now
Tony.
if a
I agree.
woman, so did I
I
get
don't
any
go in there
pushback?
expecting to pay.
Yeah.
Did I get any?
Right. So let's I want to get these few comments before we go into because we definitely
Yeah,
have
we're close. We're
how the
close.
men feel. How the men
Right.
feel.
Right.
Corey, you got it?
Yes, Kev says, forget about society. We got to get on that. What are we going to do to make us great? Both of us are unfinished products. So put more of an effort to help each other in whatever capacity is needed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Crystal Stacy got it, please.
I agree and believe that for men as well, unfortunately, heavy is the head that wears the crown. But that being said, more discernment in who they decide to link up with is key.
Is key. Is key. That's right. Is key. That's right. So let me bring up because we read how the woman feels when she has the weight. Let's read how the man feels. It's a little bit smaller. I don't know how that happened, but that's a little bit smaller. Corey, you got that? Or Tony, you want to read
I
that?
got it. I got it.
Thank you.
When a man carries the weight of the world, it looks like total silence, a steady routine, and an invisible exhaustion. He shows up for work and family, hides his pain behind a calm smile, and handles deep stress alone without asking for help. Signs of heavy burdens, quiet behavior. He speaks less, keeps to himself, and listens more to the problems of others instead of sharing his own. Tired eyes, his face looks worn out, even after a full night of sleep, showing a deep mental fatigue.
Oof.
Constant duty. He keeps working, providing, and fixing problems because he feels completely responsible for everything around him. So that's the heaviness of the crown,
Mm-hmm.
because he's ultimately responsible. And then hiding the struggle, he acts strong in front of people and only lets down his guard when he is completely alone.
Hmm. Ooh, how do we help the brother with that? And I see there's a statement in the chat that answered it perfectly. That is why you should do your best to make him feel comfortable and appreciated. Claudette typed this before that was even read, and that flowed so well. That was
Mhm.
perfect. You should do your best to make him feel comfortable and appreciated. You know this thing when men say, "Be my peace." There's something about that that kind of agitates, right? There's a little bit about that that agitates. But if you really, as a woman understands what that statement means. That don't mean I have to, I used to talk to this guy and he was so heavy on you need to be my peace. You need to be
You just set the tone.
brother, you don't have no peace.
Exactly.
There you go. You asking me to be your peace, but you ain't called me in 2-3 days. You we ain't doing nothing. You ain't playing no dates. But you want to come over and you want to, hey, what I did. But I mean, just, be in my oxygen that I pay for. But you want me to be your peace. Reciprocity is real.
Mm-hmm.
Reciprocity
So
is.
sometimes I see that phrase as a kind of a setup, like a control thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
testing you. I'm testing you to see if you're gonna get out of hand.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Now, again, I'm not saying I'm the norm, but I don't really need a lot. I want some. I want some friction and some, kind of. I don't need a whole lot of like leave me alone. I mean, mix it up
Need
with
some
me.
pushback.
But I was raised around a bunch of women, so and I saw women. They go at. I mean, they talk and they say what's on their mind, and that's what I'm used to. So peace is good, but I don't need like silence.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so come at me. I'm strong enough. I'm strong enough that you can come at me,
Yeah.
and I'll be good. I'll be good.
That explains that Southside Chicago Nubian pussy queen. Yeah, that explains it. That explains it. So I want to put in here. Remember, I told you all that we want to deal with the children too, because it's not just the husband, the wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, the man, the woman. The children have relationships with us as well as their parents, as their
Mm.
guardians, as their aunties, as their uncles, or whatever. A child's success should be their own journey, not a way to heal a parent's old wounds. A child's success should be their own journey, not a way to heal a parent's old wounds. Old wounds. The weight on a child that has to be perfect, has to get the best grades, the highest grades, has to be the fastest, the smartest, the strongest, the do this and the do that. I have a confession. I was one of those parents years ago. Their room had to be clean. Got you, Corey. Got you, Corey. Their room had to be clean. The grades had to be a certain way. And I realized, again, y'all know me, I go back to childhood. I go back to the purpose and thought of we live what we learn, and we look at those things in those ways. But children also have to not have the weight on them so much that they can't be children. They can't get through this. That parent that says they have to play football and they don't like football, but you gonna play football because I played football, and you ain't getting nowhere with football, Daddy. You were slow.
Mm-hmm.
But my boy is quick. My boy is fast. And this boy sitting over there like practice again. We don't want
Mm-hmm.
to add the weight on the world,
Children. Nope.
on our children.
Mm-mm.
And that can go as far as like with different religions too.
Ooh,
Mm,
ooh.
mm.
Now I know what some people gonna say. Well, they in my house and they have to do what I say, whatever level, until they get their own. There's some truth to that. Cause guess what?
Because you,
They don't know anything else. You have to teach them.
yeah,
One thing about my mother that I appreciate, and my sister can attest to this, she gave us a freedom to express ourselves. And she used to tell us, you got one mean thing to say to me a year
Mm.
without any repercussions. You better make it good. You think about it, you better make it good. But the thing about it was, we respected her so much. We never used it. I ain't sit around and be like, my one thing. My siblings, we kind of talked about that. We never actually did that. Because why? Because she gave us the opportunity to express ourselves anyway. Why I gotta come at my mother disrespectful just because? But yeah, I was that parent at one point. I needed to pull back. So I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick. My son was here visiting, and the nephew's teacher called. Caden got a mouth. He liked to talk. So nephew's teacher called and was like, "Hey, grades are perfect. Caden's doing great. He's a good kid, but I can't get him to shut up in my class." So my ex-husband was sitting on the couch. My son was on the couch, who was a grown man, and my cousin Cortland, who is he's everything to Caden. And I was like, okay, Caden teacher just called, blah blah blah. Rajan jumped up. He was like, where's the belt? Cause I know when he get here, he about to get a whooping. And I said, I'm not gonna whoop him. That boy almost lost it.
Uh-huh.
It was like,
Yep.
what do you mean?
He would have got the belt.
My teacher called, you would have met me on the bus with the belt or
in
whatever.
high school,
No, he wasn't in high school.
because Katie's in high school, right?
This was a few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, this wasn't. Yeah. Mm-mm. And I was like, I'm not gonna whoop him. Like we gonna have a conversation or whatever. And thankfully, there were 3 men of the family sitting right there. So I'm like, y'all handle that. I ain't gonna do that. You know, y'all handle that because that need to come from a man. And they smoked his behind. When he got home, that brother was up and down the street, suicides. They had him outside smoke, and then brought him in the house in the garage and finished him off. And finished him off. But yeah, yeah, you learn better, you do better. You learn better, you do better. We're gonna have this last one, y'all, because we gotta go. We gotta go tonight. I wanted to end this with this. Um, give everybody the opportunity. You know how we close out. Give your closing statements, and then I'm gonna put this up last. Corey, what you got, my dear?
Oh, the world is always going to do things unexpectedly. Things that you didn't count on. Your plans are not always going to go as you want them to. All you can do is pray about it, use your resources, do your kegels, and sleep.
Do you what, Corey?
Do your kegels.
Do your kegels.
Somehow it makes everything better.
Don't it? Somehow. Somehow. Tony, what you got? What's your closing thoughts?
My closing thought is you have to live in the world, but you don't have to be of the world.
Mm.
So remember what your priorities are. The world is not my priority. You know, my relationships are my priority. And learn your person.
Learn your person. That's right. What you got, Miss Stacy?
The world will always be here, but you won't.
Mm.
So you have to do what's needed. If you don't have any control over it, you can't worry about it. You can't worry and pray at the same time.
Can't worry and pray at the same time.
Mm.
I love it. I love it. I love it. My closing statements, thoughts, sorry, as we in a courtroom. My closing thoughts. The weight of the world on relationships. Somebody said it a little bit earlier. I think it was Kevin. Focus on yours. Don't worry about what they doing, what she's saying, what he's saying, what he doing. Focus on yours. Tony says it best every week, all the time. Learn your person. Understand your person. What else was added to that? So can y'all remember what was something else was added to that? It's gonna come to me later. Why it's gonna come to all of us when we get off.
Well, the thing, no, I'm just going to say this. The thing is, when we say learn your person, it's not just the other person. You got to learn yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to learn yourself. You got to learn the other person.
And sometimes it requires
Hello.
counseling. So y'all know when we ring this bell, it requires some counseling. Go sit on somebody's couch, do it virtually, over the phone. It's always to do it now. There's no excuse not to know yourself and better yourself so you can be better for that person that you trying to be in their inbox. Call their phone, text with them, chat. Can we go out? Can we do this? If you're not coming with your best, you don't really like them. If you're not coming with your best, you don't really like them. All right, y'all. We getting out of here. I want to put this up and we are going to say good night. We're going to close out to this one. We can say good night, everyone.
Good night. Peace.
This is not my responsibility. Other people's words, other people's mistakes, other people's beliefs, the consequences of other people's actions, other people's ideas. This is my responsibility. My words, my behavior, my actions, my efforts, my mistakes, my ideas, and the consequences of my actions. We'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful night.
Oh, can I just say one more thing?
Go ahead, Stacy. You caught it.
Can I just say one more thing? Because this is my favorite thing. It's dealing with finances. You
Okay.
can't buy what you want with your money and come ask me for what you need.
Mm.
Ooh,
Mm.
say it again.
Mm.
Say it again.
Mm.
You cannot buy what you want with your money, then come ask me for what you need. Mhm.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
You beating the bell now.
Hitting somebody's head.
Ooh, I love it. I
That's a good
love it.
one.
Y'all have a wonderful night.